All right, 4.6 parallelograms, part 2. There's probably going to be a part 3. We'll know in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and fill in the information they give us so we can make that easier, right? Let's see. Given x, y is 15, x to y is 15, w to x is 22, z to x is 32, right? So z to x is 32, and we know we're going to cut it in half, so 16 and 16. W to t is 10. We cut it in half in equal parts, so if this piece is 10, this piece also has to be 10. All right, if we know this is 22, then this also has to be 22. And if this is parallel to this, 15, this has to be 15. So before we actually go on to mark all of the angles, let's go ahead and find out all of the line segments so we don't get confused, right? Because this is already a lot of information, right? So z to w, 15. Z to y, 22. T to x, 16. And w to y. Half was 10, so double has to be 20. Combined, it has to be 20. All right, so because we went ahead and labeled all of our information on the chart, on the diagram, we had all the answers. And we used the information they gave us and the knowledge we had. This being congruent with this being congruent with this being a bisector, so this being half, so 16 and 16, and this being a bisector, which if this side is 10, this side has to be 10. We used all this knowledge, right? Now let's erase, or in your case, just draw the shape again. That way you don't erase the information. Right? Just draw the shape again, and this time we're going to use orange, and we're going to do the angles. All right, so first let's write all of our angles on there. All right, so we have the measure of angle WZY, so we're talking about this angle, is 62 degrees. And then WXT is 27. WXT, so this is 27. If this angle has to be equal to this angle, then this little piece here is 62 minus 27. 62 minus 27 is 35 degrees, which means this little piece has to be 35 degrees. That's important to know. I already have a feeling. All right, and then we have ZWT is 77. ZWT, so this angle is 77 degrees. So let's see what else we can figure out by looking at it. All right, we already used this to figure out the 35 degrees. Alternate interior angles. So if this one is 77, this one has to be 77, because alternate interior angles are congruent, right? Let's see what it's going to ask for. Let's see if we have enough information. TZY is the first one. So TZY would be TZY. So they want to know this one. Alternate interior angles. If this one's 27, this one has to be 27 degrees. So 27. The next one is XYZ. Let's see if we have enough for that. XYZ 77, could we figure it out? So we know that's 35. How could we figure out what this is? I know that this angle and this angle have to equal 180 because they're supplementary. So what if I did some number, because this is some number, we don't know what it is, plus 77 plus 62 has to equal 180. So x plus 138 has to equal 180. Is that 138? 137.89? 139. I hope y'all are doing this with the calculator and checking my work. So subtract 139 from both sides. X has to equal 41 degrees. Right? That means this piece here has to be 41 degrees. Which means this piece has to be 41 degrees. Alternate interior angles, or congruent. Right? I think I answered both questions. So what is XYZ? XYZ is 77 plus 41. So that is 118. And XWT is 41 degrees. I did answer both questions. 41 degrees. And the last one is XYT. XYT. It's this piece right here, that angle, which is 77. So, don't get overwhelmed. Take it one corner at a time, one angle at a time, and fill in everything you know, right? You know that these two angles together have to equal 180. You could have used these two angles. They have to equal 180. It would have told you that the missing piece is 41. All right, you do number 6. Come get your smiley, and then move on to video number 3. So you can see it. It's big, and then you can see the side pieces. So you can copy them down, and then I'll leave it up here for a second so you can pause it as a whole. There you go. All you.